Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back. We are on. It is happening. We are here one last time for this delightful project, but there is plenty more action coming your way here on City Light's next stage. This is the all-new, all-digital format to bring expressly packaged art directly to your homes. And every Friday night at 8 p.m., you are going to have some original content coming your way from local artists being presented live on one of CLTC's social media platforms. So there's a jazz choreography session coming up next week, hosted by choreographer Shannon Stowe, and it's going to be coming to you both on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. So either of those two formats, jump on and catch that next week at 8 p.m. The following week, there's going to be an original music performance, and then there are other exciting projects on the horizon. So, use whatever means you can to keep up with City Lights during this time, because they're going to have something for you every single week. Tonight, we are proud to present to you episode 3, the grand finale of my original play, From the Files of Denmark Metro. Now, this is a one-act comedy that we have split into 3 episodes for you. Episode 1 and 2 are both available on YouTube at the City Lights Theater Company YouTube channel. I highly suggest you check them out. This can be your new binge after this, but you are here, so we're going to give you episode 3 right now after a couple of important messages. The first, if you've ever attended a City Lights show, you know that the experience does not end when the show ends. We typically invite the audience up on stage right after the show to have some wine, have a snack, and have some super solid conversation about the show. So if you have anything that you have a question about, or you just want to pick the brains of the artists involved, City Lights provides that service. Now, we obviously can't do that, because that would mean you are leaving your house. Don't do that. And also coming to my house. Don't do that. But in the digital sphere, we can still stick around after the show and answer any questions you may have that you've thrown into the comment section, which I want to say is on this side. If it's not, I'll point to this side as well. The comment section is somewhere around me here. So pop your questions in there. We will get to them at the end of the show. We'll take a break for about a minute to grab the aforementioned wine and snacks, and then we'll come back to answer any questions you may have. The big announcement. Our response to this crisis has, I think, shown a lot about ourselves and our communities. And among the many other things that we will hopefully learn from this situation when we get to the other side of it is, I think the thing we can all collectively agree on is that art is a vital resource. It's a utility like power, like gas, like water. Every company in the Bay Area and beyond, to Broadway, to the West End, everything in between, has attempted to find ways to keep giving content to the masses during this time. Now, whether this content is educational, or it's empowering, or it's simply escapist, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that creatives will create in any climate, and audiences don't go away just because the theater is closed. They need to be reached. That said, this isn't what any of us want to do. It's just what we need to do because of the current circumstances. What we want to do is attend theater live and perform theater live with a collective group, all in the same place to experience the same thing. So what we need to do to ensure that that happens is help out all the companies who provide that. All the companies and all the spaces who provide the live performance. So if you are at all able, please consider donating to City Lights Theater Company so they can be here once the virus isn't. We were going to put the link in to donate into the chat on the aforementioned sides. Maybe it's up here this time. I don't know. All around me, much like the community that supports us. It's in my heart, and it can be in yours too if you go to cltc.org/donate. I don't know what that was. Anyway, on with the show. In case you missed the broadcast of the previous episodes, like I said, they are on YouTube for all to see. I highly suggest you check them out or share them with all your friends. Of course, this evening, we can still prepare you with a typical cop show recap of the last 2 episodes. So we're going to have the cast of Denmark Metro do a round robin. So welcome to the digital stage, Giere Marquis, Blythe Thomas, and Roneet Aliza Rahamim. Take it away.
Okay, guys. The King of Denmark has been found dead by Police Inspector Alma Axelsen of the Denmark Metropolitan Police Department.
And excitable Police Sergeant Mags Mikkelsen. It looks mighty suspicious, dead king out in the middle of a park.
Fortunately, forensic investigator Peter Nielsen brings the news that there was no sign of foul play in the death of the king.
A snake bite.
Which is welcome news to the chief of police who's running for a local election. An enemy of the king, Fortinbras, might be storming into Denmark any minute for crimony's sake.
But a member of the royal court, Polonius, winds up murdered too.
Stabbed.
Inside the royal palace, don't you know?
Very stabbed.
His daughter, Ophelia, thinks Prince Hamlet did it.
Okay, she's going through a lot.
So are you, your dad, in a coma and all?
So am I too. You know, my stepdaughter with her cell phone.
Her father was murdered, Peter.
Yeah, right. Stabbed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The king also says Prince Hamlet did it.
And let him get away.
Oh, for cute.
And we will not continue this investigation.
Okay, I'd like to talk more with Ophelia. She knows something. And she might be in danger.
The entire precinct is in danger if we keep after the royal family like this. I said no. Case closed.
But, you know.
Forget it, Al. It's Chinatown.
Uffda. And now, the thrilling conclusion to From the Files of Denmark Metro. Scene 5, the shore of a lake. Ophelia's soaking wet dead body lies on the ground.
We've got eyewitnesses' confirmation of the identity of the deceased, Polonius's daughter, Ophelia. Official word right now is a drowning. Circumstances are still under review, but there are no signs of foul play or interference. Whether it was accidental or self-inflicted remains to be seen, but our one witness, same one to ID the body, shared an account that leans in a particular direction. That's about all we can say at the press conference in a couple minutes.
Okay.
We'll share our condolences as well, obviously.
Obviously.
To whoever's left, I guess. Sheesh.
The name of the witness?
We cannot divulge that at this time. It's Queen Gertrude. She's the only witness. We can't.
Okay.
They asked us to.
Yep.
Where's Axelsen?
She sent me to ask me to. She's not coming.
Did she say why?
I don't imagine she felt she needed to.
Right.
What with all that hinky stuff she said about the royal family coming to fruition and all.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Chief.
Did she take herself off the case?
Not in so many words.
Oh, how many words then?
Well, 4, if you're actually asking, Chief.
4?
But I know you're not actually asking.
I only used 5, so...
You're just doing your frustrated wordplay thing.
Yes, I am.
Which may be a stress reliever for you, Chief, but it's very confusing and the humor could use some work.
Yes.
Anyways, Alma handed me your notebook and said, see you on patrol.
Right.
Yep.
Well.
Bummer.
Yes.
What's the word on Fortinbras?
Oh, he's on the way.
Bummer.
Yes.
Must be tough being chief and all with, everything going on. Royal deaths, mystery, all distracting from this Fortinbras stuff that you really want to achieve. And now, with no senior inspector to help.
Sergeant Mikkelsen, are you pitching a promotion over the body of a dead victim?
I am, Chief. Yes, and I am seeing the problem. I apologize. Something sure is rotten in Denmark here, I'll tell you what. Scene 6, the station. Peter is at Alma's desk, which is empty apart from the box with a few of her things in it.
Okay, now, Lizbeth, your mother and I both understand and agree with your outlook. Women in prison need friends too. We hear you. However, we also agree with each other and your school advisor and the warden at Esbjerg Penitentiary that says the relationship you've developed, the communication that between you, a 16-year-old girl, and Miriam Oaklander, a 44-year-old convicted arsonist, that requires just a titch more super surveillance. No, it's a superstition. No, it's
Supervision.
oh. Oh.
Sorry.
Supervision. Sorry, my entire thing is shut down.
Oh, that's okay. You've had a rough day. I understand, Lizbeth's not here to help with the tech, so.
Thanks. All right. So supervision, you were saying?
Yeah, that's it. And
Oh.
I'm sorry for startling you, Peter.
No, it just shut down my whole computer, but at least I didn't spit take.
Hey.
Whoa. Anyway, good to see you, Al. Oh, I'm at your desk again. I am so sorry.
It's all right, Peter. It's not my desk anymore.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Just a good old-fashioned locker and the streets of Denmark for me these days.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
Is this the last year stuff?
Yep.
Alma looks through the box, disappointed when she finishes.
Something missing there?
Yeah. Well, no. Not really, no, because it wasn't. She never. Nothing. I'll see you around, Peter.
Was it a package from Ophelia? It was here.
It was?
I didn't open it.
Peter.
I was respecting your privacy.
Where?
Like you asked.
Where is it, Peter?
See?
Please, Peter, please do not start a sentence with C. A sentence that starts with C ends with something I do not want to hear.
Look.
No, that's the same.
The thing is...
Try again.
Funny story.
I doubt that. Come off it now, Peter.
Laertes took it.
Oh, no.
He came to collect his father's and his sister's personal effects.
It was evidence, Peter.
For a crime we can't actually confirm is a crime at all. We didn't stand a chance.
We never seem to, do we?
What do you think it was?
I don't rightly know, Peter, but she felt it was important enough to send to me. Likely, very likely at her own peril. So I've long since resigned myself to accept that we're beat here. They won. Whatever it is, they won it. But the idea that she had something that might help even a little was... I'd almost rather not have known it came at all.
Sorry, Anne.
Me too.
No, I mean, I'm sorry for invading your privacy again. I looked.
You looked?
I looked.
What? But you said you didn't look.
I did say that, but I did look. I'm sorry.
What was it?
A bunch of papers, documents,
What kind of documents?
I'm not really sure, Al. Documents, they looked really complex and all. And then Laertes was here, and
okay.
It all happened so fast, Al. I couldn't.
Okay, Peter. It's okay.
Sorry, Al. Okay, I took some pictures.
What the?
I am so sorry, Al. Really. I'm not proud of it.
Peter.
I stepped way over the line, betrayal of trust and all that.
You took pictures of the documents?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what they were, but they seemed important. And I hope you know that I would never have...
Just let me see them, Peter.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I will delete them as soon as you're done looking at them.
Peter.
What?
Um,
Oh gosh, that's sorry, Al.
Yeah.
It's my stepdaughter's phone. We took it while we figure out, my wife and I mean some boundaries for.
Okay, that was
Yeah, that was Miriam Oaklander. Yes, a convicted arsonist and confidant of my teenage stepdaughter.
wow.
Wow is right. Yeah, life is nothing but a game of Candyland, so they say.
I can't think of a time I've ever heard anyone say that.
There you are.
Okay.
Her phone, it does have the best camera though, so it's got great detail. So that was a stroke of luck that I had it.
Holy cow.
What?
Okay, this is, according to these are from Polonius's desk, by the way, or office or whatever. Okay, they're official, is what I'm saying. The king, the old king, King Hamlet, when he died, he was less than a week away from signing a deal, a treaty of sorts with Fortinbras.
Fortinbras?
No invasion, no threats, no violence, just the king was going to give all the land back.
What land?
Looks like just whatever we won in the war. Pretty much everything north of our house, all the way to the north coast.
Wow. Oh, sure would have bungled our vacation to Yoring this summer, huh? Wow. Yoring? That's
Yup.
Claudius.
Yup.
His land. And
yup. Okay, so we've got ourselves a king about to make a peace treaty with the son of an old foreign enemy that would annex his brother's land and perceivably his largest source of income and sovereign power. That king then dies 1 week before that treaty would be signed.
From a snake bite, which, let me tell you, never sat quite right with me, if I'm being honest. I mean, snake, snow, come on.
Come on. The king mysteriously dies while his only son,
the heir to the throne,
is away. So with the help of some bureaucratic acrobatics, the king's brother is crowned and the Fortinbras resolution is dissolved.
Not to mention that ghost.
You are correct. We should not mention the ghost.
Oh.
No, to anyone.
Okay.
It's very silly.
Well, that is true.
But if we can piece this together for the chief crown prosecutor, investigate this treaty, redo the toxicology on King Hamlet, look into Claudius, confirm the prince's murder of Polonius, Ophelia's death, this is the first domino, Peter. We just have to push it over.
How?
I have no idea.
Oh. Yeah.
The two of them sit lost. A phone rings from another desk, then another, then a couple more. Then Alma's desk phone rings.
It's not my phone.
Not mine either.
Oh.
Axelson. Oh. Peter, want to storm the castle?
Blackout, end of scene.
Scene 7. The castle gates. Alma stands near the gate. Caution tape is draped across. She takes out her cell phone and dials, but hangs up.
Well, looks like Laertes and Hamlet were having a fencing match of sorts. Everyone was watching, the king, the queen, the court, and all. Anyway, at some point, the match got out of hand. I mean, you got a man fencing the guy who killed his father, that might start out cordially competitive, but for my money, that was a bad idea all around. Turns out Laertes' saber, or sword, fencing sword.
Foil.
Thank you. Foil. Turns out his foil was poisoned. Toxicology hasn't come back yet, obviously, since I'm toxicology and I'm still here. But people were shouting about poison on the foil, and I guess Laertes admitted there was poison on the foil right before he died.
Whoa, Laertes is dead?
Oh, yeah. But he got Hamlet with that poison foil before that.
Well, Hamlet got poisoned?
Yeah.
So he's dead?
Yeah. But he killed the king before that.
King Claudius is dead?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he killed the queen before that.
Hamlet killed Queen Gertrude?
No, Claudius.
Oh, I know he killed Claudius.
Who?
Hamlet.
What about him?
He killed Claudius.
Yeah, I just said.
Well, and then the queen
And then the queen what?
was killed
Yeah.
by
Accident.
what?
Well, by poison, really, but accidental poison was the best we can piece together. Witness testimony is spotty at best, but it sounds like it was poison for her too from Claudius. Oh, not foil poison, wine poison, which is, yeah, nobody knows how that got there, but
Oh gosh, what a mess.
yeah, you're telling me. Not much to do here now. Back to the lab, I guess.
Hey, how are things with your stepdaughter, Peter?
Oh, teenagers.
Of course.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. Not fully. I mean, we've kind of kicked around some. She wants to make this thing that she's been doing an actual project, talking to people in prison. Her mother called me while I was walking down here, actually, and Lisbeth wants to create an outreach type of program. So the prisoners, that is, so they don't feel so cut off from the world. And, not the safest way to go about things, but her heart's in the right place. And she already spoke to her school counselor, and her school counselor thinks it's a fine idea. So, well, I mean, talk about a proud papa.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Thanks, Al.
Peter exits.
Hill, hi. Hi, I know it's late, but I know. Hilda, I know how time zones work. I know, I do. I'm coming to visit tomorrow, Hilda. That's why I'm calling to tell you. Yep. First thing in the morning, so I'll need to. What?
Mags and the chief enter.
Oh. He did. Oh. Okay.
Hey, Al.
Oh, Hilda,
The staff up there actually made coffee for us. Fresh. Can you believe it?
Yeah. I guess I should, I mean, then, well, you know what? No, I'm still coming tomorrow. Yeah. First thing, like I said, no, I definitely didn't. Fact of the matter is I failed miserably, actually. That's why I'm free to come see you. I want to. I do want to, Hill. I do. You have that new Del Taco, right? Hill, you and I, we're not having unresolved things between us anymore. You hear me? It's bad for everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, Hilda. I couldn't have said it better myself. Bye, Hill. Sorry, Chief.
Not a problem.
Coffee?
Oh. Thanks, Inspector Mickelson.
Oh, now, let's not chew on that word and make me out to be anything but a placeholder until you get back.
I can't say I see that happening. I do not envy you, either of you in there.
Fine mess you left me with, Al, at the end of my first week.
Sorry, Max. It's Chinatown, you know. Do
you think one case can change your whole DNA.
What makes up the DNA of an officer of the law? Who can say? A commitment to justice, to duty, to service to a cause and a system greater than yourself. That's why I chase the badge, so to speak. Those are the things that ring true to me in my heart in every case. Cases like this, I mean, where compromises are made, the kind that shake the foundation you've built your career on, built your life on, compromises you never thought you'd ever have to make, compromises that nobody ever had to make. You know, I mean, who can say what the right calls would have or could have or should have been in cases like that? Like this. Like, it changes something. Yes. It changes you.
Yeah, I was asking more literally there, Chief, on account of suddenly having a taste for plain black coffee.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
Great input, though, Chief.
Yeah, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but whose army is that?
Oh, there it is.
Back to normal.
Army? Fortinbras.
You think he's going to believe any of this shit?
Blackout. End of play. And
And
that's it, folks.
End.
Great job. A round of applause for our incredible cast. Giere Marquis, Blythe Thomas, Roneet Aliza Rahamim, this bum, and our special guest from last week's episode. We could not have done it without Ivette Deltoro.
Yes.
Incredible Ophelia last week. Unfortunately dead this week. So that's the
alive.
Oh yes, sorry. It's actually, hold on. It's not only is she alive, but it is her it is the anniversary of her being alive. It is her birthday today, this very day. So happy birthday, Ivette.
Happy birthday, Ivette.
So we're gonna take like a 1 minute, and then we'll grab, you know, snacks, food, drink, whatever you want. I think we have some meatloaf. And then we'll be back to answer any questions you may have about episode 3, the show, how hot it is today in this flannel, whatever you desire. We will be back in a minute. So stick around, please. If you can't stick around, you know, obviously drive safe. Just kidding. You're home. You're home with us. If you cannot stick around, though, thank you so much for tuning in to the last 3 weeks of content. Please support City Lights any way you can. Financially is the best, but even just showing up and sharing things does help. Thank you so much. We'll be back in a minute. All right.
I will say, we got a question. I guess I can stop talking about what I really use my potato masher for. Critical content.
Let's finish that thought, please, and then we'll get to the question.
Pro tip, everybody. For those of you who are in California, the potato masher, the handheld potato masher, ideal for making guacamole.
Heyo.
You're welcome.
Hey now.
Now on to the
You mean it's not a single-use tool?
I know,
Amazing.
right?
Amazing.
All right,
we've got lots of applause. People are enjoying it. Yay.
Hey, thank you for enjoying. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Oh, we have a question here. Max,
Please.
Can you tell us if this show has ever been performed and when did you write it?
Thank you for the question. I wrote this play late 2019. So it is relatively recently this draft was finished. And this is the first time that anybody outside of my head has ever heard this play. I've sent it to a couple friends that I typically send new work out to just be like, please, you know, help me tear this apart. And yeah, but this is the first time it's ever been performed or spoken out loud ever. So you're all here for the first. You're like the people you could years from now you can say, I saw that on a small screen where there were technical difficulties. It's like seeing the first Beatles concert.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Not quite like that.
Good question from Ian.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
the Del Taco reference sponsored? And part 2, what would Shakespeare order at Del Taco?
Ooh, okay. The
Good
Del
question.
Taco
Really good
was
question.
Del Taco question, or just the two Del Taco references were not sponsored.
We
yet.
should have gotten them sponsored.
I'm hoping it'll stir up some interest.
If anyone has any connections, please let us know.
Hashtag Del Taco. Hashtag hook me up.
Yeah.
with Dad Taco.
Still open for contactless delivery as well. So like support your local Del Taco.
Nice.
Because I know personally I would like them to be around when all this is over. So support Del Taco. What would Shakespeare order at Del Taco? I would Del Taco, for those of you who may not know, has something that they have a special menu called their macho menu.
Ooh.
It's things that are a little bit bigger and heftier. And I feel like that he would order something off the macho menu only because of the macho menu is like a fun rhythm, like macho burger, macho nacho, macho, I just feel like there's a lot of fun rhythm to be had there. So,
That's iambic.
all my expertise has led me to this moment to believe that William Shakespeare would order something from the macho menu.
If they
My
had a
lord, the macho menu, please.
Yeah.
So please, my stomach is in. Please,
get the mutton chop from the macho menu.
macho mutton chop.
Verily. Yeah.
Verily, I do desire some macho nacho on my
Mutton
plate.
chop. Yes.
Ooh, lovely. George is wondering, critical dramaturgical question, where's the meatloaf?
Well, where's the meatloaf? It's sitting on our stove. We ate a lot of it for dinner. So it does exist, but I already had some. But there's leftover. You want me to ship? I can ship it to you.
Contactless meatloaf delivery.
Del meatloaf.
Lovely question here from John. Welcome back, John. Love to see you. It's tricky getting a happy-ish comedy ending for this play. Did that trouble you, Max?
Great question, John. Thank you. I don't think it troubled me as much as like it was fun and funny to write, but with a lot of things that I approach, I try my best to go, what needs to be served first is these characters and what they need and what they want and what they either get or don't get out of the experience that they're going through. So whether or not it ended funny or I mean, like I got a spit take right at the end and I feel like the last line is very silly. But the primary goal was to make sure that either everybody got what they wanted or like some semblance of resolution for something that was bothering them. So you've got Mags, who got her promotion. You've got Alma, who came to a realization about this family drama she's having based on, and that was the other thing was like, what could people learn from the experience of the events of Hamlet? Like from the outside, what could you learn from seeing this family and this structure completely tear itself apart because they were keeping things from each other and because they weren't sharing their feelings, especially in the case of Ophelia. Like she never had the chance to share what was going on inside, and that completely, so I was less concerned about the tone and more concerned about making sure the characters got where I felt they should get to. Great question though. Thank you.
One thing I was thinking about as we were reading in our little mini rehearsal before we went live with all you fine people is Alma has a line after Peter's like, you just can't win. It's like, we never seem to. That it's like, man, these poor little Denmark Metro folks, like they're working really hard to try and keep everybody safe, but like they don't win, and they don't win in this case either. And I was just like, that's actually rather, there's like a heartbreaking aspect to that of like seeing good people really try hard to do good, but you can't always win, even if you're a good person.
Yeah.
Makes me cry a little bit. Ooh, pro tip, back to the cooking channel.
Oh, yeah.
Pro tip from artistic director Lisa Millette. If you are wanting to make mashed potatoes, a ricer is ideal.
A ricer?
I have heard that. I don't own a ricer, nor have I ever seen a ricer in my actual life. But I've heard that whatever a ricer is really good for mashed potatoes.
I hear tell.
Great tip. I don't know if the question will come up, but I know last week an unresolved thread that I laid out there was about the missing, that scene 5 is the only scene without a spit take. And I would like to share what the original spit take, because there was, again, I did endeavor to put a spit take in every scene, and there was a spit take in scene 5. Scene 5, of course, is Mags and the Chief over Ophelia's dead body. And so in the very, very first pass of that scene, just because when, you know, they say that when bodies die, they expel stuff. So since she drowned, I was like, what if the spit take comes from her right at the end?
Oh my God.
And like,
Army man.
they're like, they go through this whole quiet scene, and then right before it ends, like water just spurts up from her, and they all go, ah! And then that's the end of the scene. I took it out for good reason, but that was where the missing spit take went, or rather where it was. Yeah.
Goodness.
Where's the pity?
Yeah. So
That's so dark. I love
I
it.
thought that might be a place where we could get away with not having one.
Oh my God. I love it.
Dead body just turns into a fountain, right? Yeah. That's I love it.
Yeah.
Tachis work at its best.
I did as much research into the police law enforcement structure of Denmark as I did into what bodies do. So
Wow.
Oh
I
my.
actually did do a bit of research into the Denmark police structure.
Oh, wow.
That's
Evelyn wants to know, and last
Yes.
week Evelyn really loved the change in tone in the middle. That was cool to see it go to the dark
Yeah.
face. Evelyn wants to know, how much do you foresee changing the script before it's stage ready, and to what magnitude? Things like character intentions, choices, lines for comedic timing. Like, what are you thinking?
I think, thank you for that. First of all, thank you for that question, Evelyn. I think I've got quite a bit of work to do. I learned a lot by hearing it outside. Again, like hearing it outside my head for the first time is super valuable, because you only get one perspective in here. And it's not the best one.
It takes up there.
Yeah. So I have a lot of work to do, I think, smoothing out the tone of the whole thing. Like, I think one thing that kind of surprised me about chunking it out into 3 different episodes, which I didn't expect to learn. I didn't know if just doing that would teach me anything, but it definitely taught me where the kind of shift in tone beats are and how separate they may feel. Like it could, and this, you know, I think reading it in total as one piece probably will help me figure out if it's smooth or not. But right now I worry that perhaps it feels like funny, sad, a little bit of mix. Like, it doesn't feel like the same show. Like, that's something that I need to look at. So I'll be really digging into where those tone shifts are on the page. A lot of that will come from performance as well. I think it's a pretty bare bones script that way. I think whatever cast is going to bring what they're going to bring to it as well, and find that tone for themselves. But the more work I can do to make sure that it makes sense, which right now perhaps it doesn't entirely, is definitely something I need to look at. I think there might be some gags that I need to tweak too, because nothing's ever 100% funny the first time. Do there need to be more spit takes or less spit takes? That's a question I wrestle with minute by minute.
keeps you up at night.
I love it.
Yeah.
We have a question here from Lisa, which is, you all look like you have it memorized. Do you have the script on your screen? I am 100% memorized, completely off book. Not at all.
She's a staunch professional.
I have pages.
I have it up on the screen just a little bit below the camera and to my right.
And I have it on iPad so that I can highlight, because I'm addicted to highlighters.
And I have mine on the screen right below the camera, a little bit to my left. So
nice. The yin and yang.
And I put it right next to there, so I can cheat.
Yeah, it's like cue cards. If you ever watch
Totally.
if you ever watch a talk show or anything, you'll see we don't have teleprompters, but cue cards are always just a little bit off, and you just get a rhythm in where you can kind of catch it. We go over the show at least once. We go over the show once before we start, so we can at least suss out any trouble spots. But yeah, we all have scripts.
Cool.
Glad to hear it looked good.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's a testament to the incredible cast that we've assembled here.
Yes. We have not a question from Ian, but following up on our forthcoming Del Taco sponsorship, they have a Beyond Meat 8-layer burrito at Del Taco.
8 layers.
I'm on board with that. I feel like if you were going to be Shakespeare, you'd need the 8-layer and then like 2 nacho chips to fill out the pentameter of the meal.
Yeah, if you
The mind at work, people. The mind at work.
if you wanna stress the in layer, if you want to go layer, then you can make a nice few iams out of 8-layer burrito.
Delicious.
Beyond Meat in particular. I think the idea the words Beyond Meat might also just be a treat for any poet, because the word beyond is like such like there's something very ethereal and otherworldly about the word beyond. So like a poet could take that and run with the word Beyond Meat.
I got it. With thy love, Del Taco, my heart is beyond meat.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Chancellor was going for it.
Oh yes.
Ooh, great question from John. What would the Stritch signature cocktail be for this play?
Oh yeah. What would it be?
Question.
I don't. What do we know about? What do we know about drinks from
it would
either the Midwest or Denmark?
Well, because of the show, it would have to have coffee, right? Coffee
The spit take?
so much.
Like a
Coffee.
something.
It would be called the spit take, but it would have to have something
yes.
else mixed in, right?
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
So
I like
it's
it.
coffee with something from Denmark, and it's called the spit take.
I might practice this week, and I'll whip something up when we tune in next week for Stowe doing her jazz. I might have myself a spit take.
You got to share the recipe for this.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll post it. I'm no mixologist, but I'll try.
Love it. Also, call out to Wonderful Cafe Stritch, general hospitality sponsor for City Lights, and all around great place.
All around great place, and yeah, another hot spot to support if you can. I don't know what they're doing, if they do any of the food that you can take home. I know some of the bars in that area not only do food, but some of the bars in that area are doing drinks you can take home. They come in take home cups, which like I thought you couldn't have that stuff on the street, but I guess all bets are off. So yes, Cafe Stritch, incredible.
Love it. A logistics question from David.
Yes.
Did you have control over where on screen each character appeared?
Nope.
No. So I guess I can take this. So Crowdcast is what we are in, something called Crowdcast, and we're broadcasting out to Facebook Live. So in Crowdcast, you invite people on stage, which is when their video shows up, and it just optimizes for the number of people that are there. So if there's 2 people, it's like side by side, a little wider. 3, like we're here right now, it's a triptych, and then otherwise it'll be quadrants. And as far as I can tell, it's very much around like order of people coming in and moving through that way. Yeah, great question, David. Lovely, wonderful John has a question, which is, how hard was it to play the comedy without hearing the audience's response?
Yeah, I mean it's tricky. It's very tricky because you don't. We just kind of have to know. We just kind of have to have the rhythm between us.
Yeah.
So we know, okay, and moving on. Yeah.
It's like when you're rehearsing a comedy show and you get to the point that you just need that audience so badly. You get to a point where you're like, I don't even know if this is funny anymore. The director stopped laughing because they're taking notes or they're bored or whatever. They've seen it 800 times. Nobody's laughing anymore. We don't know if these jokes are landing. But we never get that satisfaction.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen. So yeah, I mean, there are definitely like some moments. Like you made a great joke in your like opening bit, and I just wanted to like give you a slow clap. You know what I mean? Like,
I have no
but
idea
there
if
was
they're working.
who knows? Who knows?
Absolutely no idea if they're working.
Yep. In my head, though, I just imagine that all of you are laughing wildly, slapping your knees, just like throwing roses at our feet. You know.
Yes.
You lose that lovely symbiosis when you don't have the audience there. This is such a team effort when you're on stage with an audience that we don't get. So we are missing that part of it.
Big time.
Yeah.
It's a huge component of doing live theater, which is why we can't wait to get back to it.
This will
That's-
not replace live theater.
Yeah,
No,
it definitely. It's
true.
a nice stopgap for the time being.
Yeah.
This kind of also goes back to Evelyn's question about what things to look at in editing and things like that. Actually trying these jokes out in front of an audience will be super valuable, because I heard a couple where I was like, oh, maybe that's not as funny as it should be. But until we hear an audience, we really actually won't know. Yeah.
Also, shout out to Lisa Millette, the artistic director for City Lights. I think she puts it best when she talks about the first preview when the audience finally comes. She's like, all right, everybody, the final character is showing up tonight. And we get to figure out what this play actually is, because the last ingredient is coming in, the last character, because all of you, your role is so important in live theater. Like, it doesn't work without you in the same way. So that's how I think about it.
Totally.
Yeah, thanks to all y'all for
existing. You're the best.
Yeah.
You even show up when we can't know that you're there, which we really appreciate.
A critical question for you, Max.
Oh.
Is this from Ian again?
No, this is from Max Tachis.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my mom. She also gave me this wine glass that I'm drinking out right now.
So what she would like to know is which parent did you get your talent from?
And I'm doing this live.
No pressure.
I think it is a super solid mix of both of my incredible parents. Because my dad is a very outspoken and personable, and everybody knows him, and he walks into a room and everyone knows it's him. And my mom is an incredibly hard worker. Not to say my dad is not, but I think I get both of those things together to buckle down on kind of being open enough to share art and to share myself on stage. I think
very well answered.
Yeah.
Like
They're both very funny. I grew up in a funny household. I think that helped.
It's true. They are funny.
Yeah, they're funny people. Thanks, Mom. They're also very supportive people. They tuned in every single week. They come to openings. They come to openings and closings.
To all your shows.
Every show I do, they come to opening and closing. They're incredible people.
I love them too. That's all the questions we have.
Amazing.
So I think we will bid everybody farewell.
That's it.
Oh, wait, one more little thing. There's one last one. I lied. I'm a terrible person.
Let's get it.
One last one is coming in. I see typing.
Boop, 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 boop,
So here, I guess we can fill in what was the rest.
A little.
Oh, there we go. All right. Was Roneet's character named after Mads Mikkelsen, the Danish actor, who is fantastic, by the way?
Oh, he's incredible. The answer is no. And literally until episode 1, when we read it out loud, and it was like Sergeant Mags Mikkelsen, I was like, oh dang, that sounds really similar. I had not. It literally came from Magnus. And like what? Because we got Alma, and they call her Al all the time. What would Magnus be shortened to? Mags. That sounds fun and like kind of like a hip, cool cop. Mags on the case. I did not consider it at all. And that honestly, Mag's last name might get a change in order to avoid confusion with that, because it can very much get a little confusing. So thank you for pointing that out.
I feel like Mads Mikkelsen could play Gertrude in this. And just slay.
Oh yeah, be the most expensive Gertrude in the world. There for 3 lines, and we got Mads Mikkelsen.
Done. Cool. So now that is all of the questions. Now
Officially
we can bid farewell.
One last incredible round of applause for our amazing cast. For our audience as well. For Becky and Ron at City Lights for helping produce this amazing thing. For City Lights, just in general, for giving us this platform. Again, tune in every Friday for their incredible Next Stage programming. Donate, cltc.org/donate. Do it. Go see their shows as well. They have two of former shows that are available online right now. You can watch Coded, which is a world premiere that they dang near opened before this all happened. So Coded by Kirsten Brandt, who is an incredibly talented local director and playwright. And then Truce, A Christmas Wish from the Great War, which was put on in 2014 to celebrate the centennial of the Christmas truce in World War I. That was, again, also a world premiere commission, written and directed by Kit Weiler and written by Jeff Bracco. I cannot speak high enough about that show, not just because I was in it, but it's a great, great show. So those are also available to watch. They have content, they have things. They are help them out as well.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's it.
We love
That's
you,
the whole
City Life.
shebang.
Yeah.
Love you.
Thank you.
Good night,
thank
all.
you.
Stay healthy. Stay safe, everybody.
Mwah.
Yep.
Mwah, mwah. I'm going to do